Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Plumbella and I have another mods video for you. So I've already done some realistic mods, I've already done some like family mods, I've done mods that completely change the gameplay, but I kind of wanted to focus on mods that I can't load up the game and not have these mods in, and mods that as I'm redoing the save file that I've noticed, because I'm playing without custom content and mods enabled, I'm like, oh my good god, I need these in my game, I can't live without them. So I'm going to be showing you them. Also, if you want custom content that I can't live without and can't uninstall and just like freak out when they're not in my game, then let me know and I'll do that for you. First off, we're going to be jumping in Creator Sim. So as you can tell, my game is very bright. I kind of like how this looks in every world apart from maybe Windenburg. I think it's just a little bit too much in Windenburg, but this is the reshade. This isn't exactly a mod, you have to download it, and it's not recommended if you don't have a computer that can run it. But if you've got a computer that can run it, great. If you don't, that's also okay. I'm not trying to force you to get a new computer, I'm not. The game looks fine without it. Like, this is the difference. There's only like a little bit of difference, and I'm not even too much bothered about the reshade. I just think it makes everything look sharper, because one thing I do with thumbnails for like houses, for Sims and stuff like that, is I sharpen them, because Sims don't look sharp enough. So this just adds a little bit of that onto it. I do have two reshades installed, Simmeme's reshade and Sistel's reshade. They're both very similar, so I switched between the two. I couldn't tell you which shade I was using at a particular time or anything like that. So those are the two that I have installed, and this is the difference. I really like it. It just makes everything a bit more colourful, and I think it fits in with the game a little bit more, because the game is quite cartoony, so it fits in with that. Next up is something that I get asked a lot, and I did do it in a previous video, but I feel like I need to do this again, because not everybody's going to watch every single mod video that I've put up, and it is this pink background. I absolutely love this background. I did used to have the white one, but it got really hard with like Photoshop, because if you had a white top on it, it just edit the full thing out. But this one is like perfect. It's my favorite kind of pink color. I really like peachy pink. I'm not even a pink kind of girl. Like, pink's not my color. England is my city. But I just really like this background. It's nice and subtle. I prefer it so much more to the blue one that came with the game. It looks so much more sleek, which I also prefer. So this is my background that I use. I think it's by Lumia Sims. She does a lot of mods and custom content. They're very good. Check her out. The link will be in the description, obviously, as I'm going to say with everything. But also another mod is the blob remover. So usually I have like a little shadow here, and this just removes that, so there's no shadow, there's no blob or anything like that. So that is that mod. That is my background and the blob remover. Next up is my default skin, which I absolutely cannot live without my default skin. As I'm editing all of these Sims in my save file without the default skin, I'm like, oh my god, you could be a looker, you could be so pretty, but you just can't be, because you haven't got the default skin. So this is the default skin I use. I think it's by Witch's Cherry. It's called Unsteady or something, and I absolutely love it. It might not be to everybody's tastes, but I just really like it. One thing I will say is people have downloaded this and being like, oh, my Sims don't look like your Sims, and that's because I use one face overlay. I think it's by Johnny Zest, not the Sim, but the Tumblr. It's this face overlay, and it's got two versions, just with a little nose overlay, different on each, and this is what I use on top of my default skin, which gives my Sims this really nice look. I use it on I have one Sim called Tiffany Garrison. I use it for thumbnails, everything, and this is what she has on her face, and her face just looks perfect. So it just kind of enhances it a little bit, makes it look a little bit less 3D, but not quite alpha, which I like, because I don't like my Sims looking a bit uncanny valley. So this is just the right amount for me. So that is the face overlay as well. And then I do also have an eye replacement, because I don't like EA's eyes or skin or any of the Windenburg citizens. Like, can I just say, detour, but the Windenburg Sims, they're so fugly. I have this default eye replacement. It's very nice. It's still like, it's not realistic. I don't like ultra realistic eyes where it looks like a human is staring at my soul and judging me for spending 14 hours on The Sims last night. I don't like that. I just like a nice subtle look, but with a little bit more texture, and I just feel I can't play without these eyes. I can't. The stuff that I'm recommending to you now is stuff that I don't search for anywhere else. Like, I'm not constantly searching for like, oh, Sims 4 default skin, or oh, Sims 4 default eyes, because I'm happy with what I've got. They fit into the game perfectly. They just enhance the game so much more, and they've enhanced it the best out of everything I've found so far, like to do with default skins and default eyes. Next up, again, not really a mod, but I'm going to include it anyway because I use it all the time. It completely changes my Sims, and I get asked about it a lot, and I'll probably include it in a custom content thing as well if you just want that also. But it's my eyelashes. So as you can see, my sim, she's got nothing going on. Like, there's nothing there. And we could change her eyes a little bit. We could give her bigger eyelashes like these. But this just kind of looks like winged eyeliner. And I'm not about that. Love a bit of winged eyeliner, as you can obviously tell.
Okay.
The eyelashes here, basically, you can have winged eyeliner and you can have eyelashes. Look at that. It's stunning. It is beautiful. And it's not as, like, Max's match as it probably should be. I remember watching Little Simsy's video on her CC finds like 2 years ago, and she was like, it's the only bit of alpha that I'll allow in my game. And I'm like, yes, I can completely relate. It is the only bit of alpha that I will allow in my game. I say that, I do have a couple of alpha things. It doesn't have to be this extreme either. There is different styles, there's different colours, so if you want a more natural look you can, because there's also this one too, which is a lot shorter and just looks a lot more natural. But I like my Sim's face beat. So next up as well, which I probably should have mentioned earlier on in the video, to do with like the background and the reshade, but I didn't. But here we are now, and it is immersive lighting and cast. This immersive lighting comes with the background sets from Lumia Sim. You can download one without the other, or you can download both. But basically it just enhances the lighting a little bit, so there's like an option to have a backlight behind them and stuff, and it just makes things a little bit better. And then that's pretty much all to do with the aesthetics of a sim. That's all I really have, that's all I play with. Next up is traits. I have mentioned these in another mods video before, so I'm only going to do this briefly. I'm not going to go really deeply into every trait, but I like to play with traits a lot. I don't feel like we got that many traits in The Sims 4, and to be honest, I've went back and played The Sims 3. Do prefer The Sims 4, but one thing that I desperately miss from The Sims 3 are things like traits, and how many traits there were, and how much they impacted your life, and you could have Sims that were really different from each other instead of Sims that are all the same. So as like, there's not that many traits at all. To say we've got like 4 or 5 expansion packs now, all of the stuff packs, there's a lot of content, not so many traits. So I like to add traits in my game. So I have party animal. Basically, this means that they like to party, they like going out, they like seeing the friends and stuff like that. And then I also have eco-friendly. Eco-friendly does require laundry day to work, but I feel like this should have been included with laundry day. And sometimes when I'm making these mods videos, I'm like, am I going to come across as stupid and this actually got included with the pack? But I'm pretty sure that this didn't. So yeah, it's just being eco-friendly. They like to do sustainable things, which was the whole basis of the pack. So there's them two. I don't really have that many other ones. I do need to go on like a mods shopping video, I really do. I do also have some custom aspirations here. So I've got this career one, which makes like the active careers that can have an aspiration to complete them, and it all revolves around that. I've got one for life, so we can like live life like we did in The Sims 2. And I've got a couple of conversions from The Sims 2 to The Sims 4. Like if we got a family, then we have this one here from The Sims 2. It just makes your game more diverse, because I always pick the same ones. Like if it's a family girl, I'll always pick family. I don't know, super parent, but it gives you more options. We desperately need more aspirations for kids, because if you look at it this way, right, you get each of these things. Each of these, I have some mods, so mine have extra, but each of these have one thing, so they have one trait that comes with it. So if you look at it like that, there's 4 types of kids you can have on The Sims. You can have one that's creative, one that's smart, one that likes to climb, and one that likes to talk, when in reality there's so much more than that. So I just added some extra ones in. So we have mental here. I did add in a teacher's pet, which basically means they strive to be the best in school. And then we've got social here. I also added class clown, because this kid wants to be the center of attention to make other kids laugh. They're the extra ones that I've added for mental and social. And then I have one from The Sims 2, which is being converted, which basically is just a grow up aspiration. They just want to live the life. And with that being said, I think we're pretty much all done with Create Sim, so I'm going to jump into gameplay and show you some mods that I have there. Here we are in game, and the first thing that I'm going to show you is the UI cheats extension mod. I have talked about this briefly in other videos, but I'm going to talk about it again. If you remember, in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, you could always drag the needs, and you can't do that in The Sims 4. Well, now, would you look at that? You can drag it. So she needs a toilet now, but it's fine, because we can drag it back up and she's fine. As well, you can right click on skills here. So we've got communication. We can set this one to level 5. We've mastered it. We've reached level 5 of the communication skill. If we go on careers here, we can right click on performance, set it to 100. We're doing absolutely amazing. Smashed it. You can literally right click a whim to cancel it. Not a whim, a moodlet. We can right click a moodlet to cancel it. And my favorite thing ever, which I use all the time for taking screenshots, is, oh my good lord, what is this house? We can right click on the time and just change it. So it's 10 AM. I want it to be 11 AM. Okay, let's do it. There we go, it's 11. That is what I've always been after. So that is the UI cheats extension mod. Next up is a simulation lag fix mod, which isn't foolproof. Is that even the right word? It's not perfect, basically, because it can't be perfect, because if it could have been perfect, EA would have improved it by now, but it does make a little bit of a difference. So usually, say my Sim's watching TV right now, I need her to go make some dinner, she's getting a little bit hungry. Oh, don't cook a grand meal, no, just a nice quick meal, thank you. She needs to go get some animal crackers. She'll get up instantly instead of being sat down and then having to wait to go and stuff like that. So it really improves that. However, I will say that to completely improve this, one thing that I found is live in a small house with not much clutter, and if your Sim's not responding for a while, this is a cheat, not a mod, but I'm going to include it anyway because I have a couple of cheats that I'm going to include, just because you might not know about them, and if you don't, it's good to know. So say if my Sim's getting laggy here, her name is Tiffany Garrison, so I just type in resetsim space Tiffany space Garrison, and then she'll reset and she'll be over here. And sometimes if your Sims are going slow and there is a lot of simulation lag, that will usually help it clears it up. Another cheat that I'm going to show you while we're here is the advanced seasons cheat, which I use this a lot, especially when I'm doing builds and taking screenshots and stuff like that. So you will need testing cheats true enabled for this to work, and then all you have to do is type in season_advanced_season, and there we go, we're in fall. So that cheat helps me a lot, especially if I just like want to skip through a season. Next up is going to be another kind of like gameplay one, like that kind of thing, and it is the faster eating and drinking, which, oh my, like in all my old mod videos I was like, if anyone knows of a mod like this, please let me know, and I found one. It's a faster eating and drinking mod, does what it says on the tin. I'm going to get it to come over here, get some animal crackers. This demon child can stop. But yeah, basically, they just eat food faster, which, thank you, whoever made this mod. I can't remember your name off the top of my head, but it has helped me so... What the... Oh, okay. I literally thought she was in a fight with another toddler. I never seem to ever have enough time in the day when my Sims were getting up for school and stuff, so it really helps with that one. Definitely cannot live without that mod. Next up, I'm going to be talking about the Better High School mod, which, honestly, like I said about the traits and aspirations in The Sims 3, this is like the same kind of thing. School felt so, this might be the wrong word for it, but 3D in The Sims 3. It seemed like they went to school and stuff was actually happening rather than them just being off the lot. And I don't mean because you could physically see them drive up to the school and in The Sims 4 they just disappear off the lot. I don't mean like that. I mean it in the sense of like things were happening, relationships were getting built, good things are happening to them, bad things were happening to them, pranks and stuff like that. And I know that came with Generations, but we've had Parenthood, so you know, EA needs to step up the game, otherwise I'm still going to be using mods. So this mod is by Kawaii Stacey. It is the Better High School mod, and it is absolutely amazing. So it's 7:59, she's going to be on her way to school around about now, and as we can see, if we click here, we can pay attention, make enemies, make friends, flirt with girls, flirt with boys, do homework in class, and we'll get notifications about these kind of things as well. Play games on phone, slack off, and sleep in class. So we're gonna, we'll make some enemies in the class, and we also learn skills at school, which, yeah, like you probably should. We don't, but we do with this mod. So she's acquired the writing skill right now, which, you know, it kind of equips you for life, because in the real world, you don't just go to school, learn nothing, and then start learning stuff when you finish and you're trying to get a job. Like, it learns it along the way. So it is all relative to, like, what you'd actually learn in school. And like I said, we will get notifications about this throughout the day of different things that's happening to us. Like, Melina was caught being mean to Melina at school. Oh. How unfortunate that they both have the same name. But yeah, that is the Better High School mod. Again, I can't play without that one. I really can't. And then finally, the last mod that I have to show you, ignore the state of this birthday cake. Like, it didn't turn out how we expected it. Is the Random Traits and Aspirations mod. Come over here to blow out our candles. We've aged up into a child, and we've learned the glutton trait, which I didn't pick. I did not pick it. It just randomizes it, which I absolutely love. And we're a social butterfly, because for me, things get way too predictable if I'm left to my own devices. I do fall into a rut of the same thing again and again and again. So the Random Traits and Aspiration mod just kind of changes things a little bit, so I'm not stuck in the same place. My Sims can be who they need to be without me being like, no, be the perfect student, no, be the perfect athlete, because that's two kind of things that I tend to go into. Like athlete, good student, and music. They're the the triangle, the holy... Oh.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
That's that. The only thing I will have to say about this is it does not happen in Create a Sim. You can't just randomize it like you could in The Sims 3. It only happens when they age up, which I'm okay with. I don't mind. I'm going to end the video here. I really hope that you enjoyed these mods. If you have any other mod videos you want me to do, like must-have mods for seasons and stuff like that, let me know down below. If you're not already subscribed, please do. We've just hit 10,000 subscribers on my channel, so very excited and happy about that. And I don't really know what else to say. Everything will be in the description. I've said that about 50 times. I'm annoying myself, so I must be annoying you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.